Wrestling has more than one royal family. Acknowledge me! And we
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half Dynamic Duo twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What's up, y'all?
And we are recapping Elimination Chamber. And as you can kind of tell, we are doing it on Monday night. So we are doing this after Raw. Brother Pyro and I did talk, and we have noticed that you guys seem to like it when we do wait until post-Raw, where we have some of the answers that come before, or some of the questions, I should say, that come before a pay-per-view answered, and we can answer those on the podcast.
Right.
So, without further ado, starting us off, we did open up the show with the Women's Elimination Chamber. We had Bayley, Bianca, Belair, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez all in the chamber match. In the pods was Bayley, Bianca, Alexa, and Roxanne, meaning starting off the match was Liv Morgan and Naomi. I really liked the pairing that they had chosen to start off. Do you agree with that, at least?
Yes.
Okay. The reason Brother Pyro was laughing is if you did watch the chamber, you got to see a returning Jade Cargill, who came in and, to everyone's knowledge up until now, via, what you watch via WWE, we believed that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez had something to do
with her attack
That ended up not being the case, as she came in and completely laid out Naomi.
She wrecked her shit.
Thus, due to the attack, Naomi was taken out of the match in the first elimination. Technically. After that, I believe it was...
Bianca was the next entrant.
Was Bianca the next entrant?
It went Bianca, Roxanne, Bayley, Bliss.
Then Bliss. I was going to say, I remember Alexa being last.
But no. Something I love just scrolling through socials after that is a lot of fans. Because first off, the way Bianca in that pod sold the concern for her friend and tag team partner was absolutely outstanding. Give that girl an Oscar. Secondly, a lot of fans pointed out, watch how Bianca took off her jacket as soon as Jade's music hit. The nod back from Naomi to Bianca.
And I did talk to you about that one. That could have been, oh my god, she's back, she's good, she's going to get her.
I love that her music hit and Bianca's talking all this smack to Liv through the pod. Talking about, you gonna get it now? You're about to get it, Liv. You can't escape it. Like she's talking all this smack like Liv's about to get her ass whooped.
Nope.
Lo and behold, Naomi got folded like a lawn chair.
She did.
And then everybody talked about how Naomi really didn't even attempt to fight back.
No.
I don't think there really was much of a fight back.
Yeah, no, not at that point. That was a let me take you out. Let me give you this huge L at this point. Beautiful display from all these women. What I've noticed is, aside from Naomi, because obviously she was taken out of the equation a lot earlier, is there was no elimination until all the women were in.
Right. I love that they did wait a while to give us that first elimination.
Which came at the hands of, I want to say, was it Bayley that was the first elimination aside from Naomi?
I believe it was Roxanne, I thought.
Roxanne was our last three was Bianca, Bliss, and Liv.
Yeah.
So, either Roxanne or... No, I think Roxanne pinned Bayley.
That's what it was.
And then Roxanne was pinned. So beautiful display from all these women in this match. You could really tell that this last moment to go to WrestleMania to, at the time, face either Rhea Ripley or IYO SKY. That was the determining factor come today on Raw at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship.
I will say Bliss's face after watching that attack kind of...
Yeah.
She was sad and she definitely did not approve.
No. Ultimately picking up the win, number one contender for the Women's World Championship was Bianca Belair.
Talk about bittersweet.
Yes.
And you just watched your friend get the holy hell beat out of her.
By your other friend.
By somebody else you called your friend. Then you didn't even really want to be in that match. You tried to get out the cage and Liv was like, nah, you ain't running away.
Yeah. No.
You're like, you ain't getting out of this one. You gonna participate.
Mm-hmm.
So to go on, watch that, and then win the match.
Yes.
First woman to win too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, speaking of the Rhea Ripley IYO SKY, because it was brought up not only in the pre-show, but that also contended to this, it will now be post-Raw, Bianca Belair taking on IYO SKY as she is the new World Heavyweight champion for the women. So the match that is a million times over. Your grade for this one?
B.
B?
B, I think, honestly, like, I would have preferred not Liv and not Bianca winning the match, but obviously that one's out of our control.
Yeah, this kind of, like, personally, this one was, like, when we did the prediction for the men, it was anybody but Logan. For me...
Anybody with these two.
Anybody with these two. I could have done it anybody aside from Logan and Drew because, you know, Drew's had 1,000,001 chances and all he does is squander them and then lose.
Priest told him that on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Going into Chamber, like, dude, you've had chance after chance after chance. But your weird-ass obsession with CM Punk has cost you every single time.
Into our next match.
Next match, tag team titles. Or not tag team titles, but women's tag team competition.
There we go.
Nia Jax and Candace LaRae versus Tiffany Sratton, WWE Women's Champion, might I add. And Toronto's own WWE Hall of Famer, Trish Stratus. This match was, it existed.
Yeah.
I do love the homage that they play to, you know, the Toronto Maple Leafs in their gear for Trish and Tiffy.
I want to know why Nia Jax and Candice LeRae came out looking like a bunch of rejected zebras.
I want to know why Candace looked like a raccoon, but, you know, there's that. So.
I mean, she took makeup tips from Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. But this match is pretty much what you expected. It was a match for
the sake of a match.
For the sake of a match. This there wasn't really a lot of memorable moments. I mean, there was the the Avalanche Stratisfaction.
That was really nice.
Which was nice, but you can definitely tell Trish not being as consistent in the ring.
Yeah.
That caught up to her because, you know what? Being in shape and being in ring shape, two completely different beasts. Any wrestler will tell you that. Any commentator will tell you that. Any fan that really pays attention to the game will tell you. These are two completely different animals. But going into closing moments, we got that. We got the prettiest moonsault ever. And, of course, to pick up momentum for herself heading into Mania.
Yes.
Tiffany picked up the win for her team.
Yep. And I gotta say, I'm a little surprised on who it was over. Because she pinned Nia.
Yeah.
Which really solidifies her as someone that's kind of, you know, getting into that bigger picture. I get it that she has the championship, but to defeat somebody as big as Nia, who's been around as long as Nia, it's kind of big in her career-esque, if that makes sense. Your grade for this
I
one?
gave it a really low C.
A low C?
C minus.
Okay. All right. Next up, Unsanctioned, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, a tale as old as time. Right off the bat, when this match had started up, there was ruthlessness. There were chairs being brought out.
They wasted no time.
Nope. There was hockey sticks being brought out.
They were in Canada.
Yep. They went out to the stands, and Owens was put through 2 tables that had, Flash was so upset, it had beer and soda on it. Oh my god.
He was mad that they wasted beer, especially because a couple of them beers were his favorite in Budweiser.
Yeah. After the table spots, they get back into the ring.
My favorite was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Trash can on Owens.
The trash can, yep. I almost forgot about the trash can being used because they didn't really use it for very long.
No, but they made it memorable.
Yes.
Sami Zayn puts Owens in the trash can, and I'm just gonna hammer the trash can with my forearm.
Yes. They get back into the ring. They're still going back and forth. Owens is not only taking chair shots at Zayn, but has a chair set up and drops him on the back of his neck onto the chair, which we already know going into this match that the reason it is unsanctioned is because Sami Zayn has an injury to the neck. There's a spot where Sami is up on the ropes and Kevin pushes him into 2 tables that they had set up previously in the night, taking out Zayn for a small bit of it. They go back into the ring. Sami gets a little bit more of momentum, and then they actually bring out a steel chair that is wrapped in barbed wire. Now, something I had found that you really liked was normally when you see barbed wire in WWE or any other...
any promotion.
Yeah, really any other promotion nowadays, it is more shaped down as to not cause so much pain and injury to the opponent. This barbed wire was not shaved down at all. There was nothing tampered with. It was just simply wrapped around a chair. There was a couple chair spots with this, not only falling onto it, but Kevin Owens did hit his face into it at one point. There was another chair shot on the outside of the ring where Sami's neck was placed in the chair. Kevin kind of whipped him into the pole on the outside, and then closing moments, Kevin did 2, what would you say they're pop-up power bombs or just regular power bombs?
Power bombs for sure.
Just regular power bombs on the ring apron, which is something he is synonymous for when it comes to Sami Zayn. And then proceeded to pin him 1, 2, 3 in the ring, making Kevin Owens the winner. That didn't stop at all. Kevin continued to attack, went to the outside and pulled up the protective padding that they have on the outside of the ring to initially, at the time, do a pile driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
He exposed the concrete. He was trying to package pile driver everybody.
Yep.
He was stopped.
He was stopped by a returning.
Well, security stopped him.
Yes, but security
First.
didn't do much.
Okay, but they prevented the pop-up power bomb from happening on the concrete, and then in the midst of all that chaos, because that match was pure chaos as well.
Yes.
In the midst of post-match chaos, we got
a returning Randy Orton, which I was the one that called that.
You did. You called Randy. I thought, this beatdown is going to be Cody because they've been at odds and Cody's friends with Sami and everybody. I'm thinking that's where we're going. Like, I didn't think we were going to get Randy yet.
You know what's funny is, I don't know if you remember saying it, but your exact words are, if it's not going to be Cody, it's going to be Jimmy or Jay.
I said Jay specifically.
Jay specifically, yes. And then Flash said, no, it could also be Jimmy. And I said, it's going to be Randy. And because Kevin, if you watch enough of the product, package pile drivers have been banned in WWE
for the longest time.
But
again, if you're gonna unban it for anybody and know it's going to be delivered safely and properly, Kevin Owens is kind of the guy to do this.
Yes.
Just like if you're really gonna put on this level of brutality for an unsanctioned match, the two you want doing this to keep you as safe as humanly possible, because nothing is ever 100% safe in the world of pro wrestling.
Yes.
It is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. A tale as old as time. Like, they acknowledged a lot of the past.
They did.
Including Sami Zayn's El Generico character, which you saw me light up like a kid on Christmas when they referred to him as Kevin Steen and El Generico. I was like, wait. Huh? You there, Linda?
Pause. Rewind.
I definitely went back at the end of the show after you went up to bed.
And rewatched.
Okay. And I definitely wanted to make sure I reheard that correctly, because...
So, as I was saying, Kevin Owens has been using this move that is technically banned. All I had called for was another move that is banned that Randy Orton is synonymous for, and that is his punt.
Well, I mean, after beating up Owens, getting his hands on Owens finally.
Yep, after Owens was the one that took him out initially. He did RKO Owens after meeting with him for a brief little spat, and then went to go ahead with the punt, but was stopped by security. You couldn't have let him do it.
And my thing was, I thought he was going to, I didn't think they were going to let it happen, at least not yet. Hopefully it happens at their Mania match, because I swear to God, if this match doesn't happen at Mania, Triple H, you have failed us all. I was like, he's gonna, be just aware enough to roll out the ring. No, security had to go and mess it up.
Yep.
And then it was, how did Pat McAfee say it? It's an RKO party.
Yes.
Every security guard that stopped him got RKO'd, including one that decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and try to shake his hand, because he... Like, sir, you just watched 4 other security guards get RKO'd.
Why do you think you're different?
Why did you think... How did you think you were different? What made you think you weren't gonna catch RKO? Please tell me. Please explain your logic, sir. On Friday, I want you to come out like, look, I'm a dum-dum. I wasn't thinking. I thought I could be the exception to the rule. Ain't nobody an exception to the rule when it comes to that damn RKO.
No. Not even if you won.
Ask Nia Jax.
Ask Nia Jax. We can ask Beth Phoenix. We can ask Stephanie McMahon.
Stephanie McMahon has also been punted.
You know what? She had a reason. She is the woman that has had reasons.
Okay, but there was no reason to punch her at that time. Just 2009, 2010, Stephanie McMahon didn't really do nothing but exist.
But 2009 Randy Orton was
did not care.
If you are in my way, you are dead.
I love the meme that has come out of it, where it's former President Bush getting told something, and then it's that look of surprise. Randy Orton's back. Oh, that's great that he's returned. Sir, you don't understand. He shaved his head.
And then it's the terror.
And then it's that look of, oh, shit. You're back on demon time.
Yep.
And I'm not even mad at it. Oh, I have been begging for 09 Orton for how long now?
Oh, I know. I'm all over.
I swear to Jesus, if you are going to give me this version of Orton, please do it right, especially because you picked the right opponent for it.
Yes. Your grade for this match?
I gave it a B.
A B, really?
I gave it a B. You said it. It did take a minute to really pick up. You were unsanctioned match. Like, we had our small pops, but you were waiting for that one real big pop. And I love that as you said that, by the way, Sami pulls out the barbed wire. You're like, that's what I was waiting for.
Oh my God, yeah. Because I'm just watching this.
You look at, is it me? Is it just me, or does anyone else feel like this is missing something? I was like, what are you talking about? This match has already been, like, chaos and brutal. Yeah, but, like, unsanctioned usually means there's a lot more going on. Like, I'm just missing that one big act of brutality. Yes! Oh, That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, because then he pulled out the steel chair with the barbed wire. Yeah. Yep.
I told you I'll bring it up.
I entirely remember that. And I'm just like, because we saw things that we see in just a street fight. You saw the steel chairs, you saw the tables, you saw the trash can, and that was pretty much it. Aside from a hockey stick, which can be equal to a kendo stick in this, in this speaking. So it really wasn't anything different than just, hey, this is a street fight. But it's like, if this is unsanctioned and these men can really go this far, I'm not seeing much difference. And then the barbed wire was pulled out, and I was like, hey, that's the nail on top of the coffin that I really need for this.
No, honestly, that, like I said, that was funny.
The saving grace.
I'm waiting for the... usually you see this and you see that, and you reference the kendo stick, and then he pulled that out, and I was just like, is that what you were waiting for? Yes.
Yes.
Because you went from, super mellow and bored and whatever to,
yes,
violence. Because you craved the violence.
I did. Unsanctioned match, and these two are, ready to rip each other's heads off, but you're barely doing anything to your opponent at the time? Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna disagree with that, because at that point, we had the powerbomb on the... One powerbomb on the ring apron. We had a powerbomb through a steel chair. We had the 4 tables.
We had the 4 tables by the time that was pulled out, and then...
there was a lot that happened.
And then there was the backdrop on the chair, but we didn't have anything on the outside
there was
of the ring yet. We didn't have the power bombs on the side of the ring yet at this time. This was after the drop, and Sami's back broke the chair. He got him into the corner, and Sami came back for
I will say the blue thunderbob on the barbed wires chair really made me pop.
Yeah.
Because
that's the thing I was waiting for. It's like, okay, cool, you have these itty bitty spots, but when it's unsanctioned, how far are you really willing to go?
And we proved Kevin Owens was willing to go a lot further than Sami was. And not to say that Sami wasn't willing, because I watched a lot of his career.
Yeah.
I have never seen him dig that deep into his bag of...
But what I'm saying is, with this unsanctioned match, the fact that it took so long to get into... I was more interested in the street fight that Finn Balor and Damian Priest had a while back.
On Raw.
Oh,
yeah, because that started hot and heavy right away. I personally...
The thing is I was more invested in that from start to finish because of the brutality that they brought into just a street fight. Think about if that was an unsanctioned match.
I will say, I get where you're coming from, but as to play a different side to that coin. I like that they gave us our moment, and they gave us a chance to breathe and to process what we had been watching. They actually gave us the time to enjoy it.
I mean, personally, it's like...
Okay, but think about it this way. If we were talking about this match from a different company, imagine how different this conversation would be right now.
It would not be any much different. Honestly, if you slowed it down this much, unless you had barely a build beforehand, yes, different conversation. But you told all your story beforehand. Now it's just time to get to the nit and grit and just kill each other.
If it was straight up pure violence from beginning to end, like we've seen in other companies, look at how we've bashed that. For doing what you are talking about right now. With build and story.
Here's the thing. The other company, and I know exactly what company you're talking about, and they should as well. The other company knows where violence ends and where cruelty begins, and they take that a step further. We've had the needles, the plastic bags over faces. That's where it gets disgusting. I could never see that in WWE. Could I see more brutality of...
I had to think, and I'm like, oh, wait. You started watching as soon as they hit the PG era.
I did. But I
remember a time before that. And I'm sure you can ask the Sario. They've done some like that, too.
And had that...
But granted, they did it during a time period where it was a little more acceptable.
And had they done that in this match, oh yeah, I'd be bashing that. Because that, to me, is disgusting. That is where you draw the line of, this is no longer just violence. This is just pure on, like, this is disgusting. But to amp up, like, this is unsanctioned. I can do anything I want, and I'm going to kill you. That's what I was more looking for in, like, them going at each other's throats. If that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I was waiting for something big.
But again, had...
the barbed wire was...
Again, with story, we've had that level of violence that you are specifically talking about. That I'm ready to kill you without going overboard. In other companies that we have watched and that we have covered and whatnot, and you've still found something to complain about it with it.
Yeah, and what's the biggest thing I complain about when it comes to that? Can you tell me? Because I can tell you. It is the fact that when they do this, they lick the blood. You don't know where that person's been. You don't know what that person has.
No,
that is my only big gripe about it.
That is fair, but there have been times where you have complained about the same level of violence that you are asking for in this match.
Most of the time, I'm not complaining about the violence. I'm complaining about who won and how it was won. That is the only complaint.
Because you know what? I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you back 3 years ago.
Oh, we're going to go fresh.
We're going to go. Your introduction to the Lucha Bros. That is the level of violence that you are talking about that you wanted for this match. We got to that level of violence that you wanted for this match.
Now let me explain.
And immediately you were repulsed.
Let me explain. I had said, what did I say before we got to the barbed wire? I'm looking for thumbtacks. Thumbtacks could have been used in the ring.
You asked for thumbtacks, you asked for broken glass, you asked for push pins, for nails.
I asked for anything that I could see blood and damage for, because I knew that these men hated each other that much. When it comes to the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks, the one thing that disgusted me, and I told you this, was the thumbtacks on the bottom of the shoe. I don't ever expect that in WWE. Could it have happened before I started watching? Yes. Would it have happened in this match and I would have still said the same thing, that was disgusting? Yes. Because it's on the face and you can actually injure somebody with that. Had they brought out the push pins, the glass, something, and put it on the ring, completely fine. I would have nothing to complain about.
You know what I would have loved to have seen, though? Something we've seen in AEW? Bag of Legos.
You could have brought out the bag of Legos and I would have been fine with it.
I know you remember Bag of Legos. What?
Is that Legos? Yeah, and they stepping on it. They're stepping on it.
No, that was the powerbomb into the Legos that really got me like, oh, no.
And I feel that.
Bro, I did. You ever fall into some Legos?
I have fallen into Legos.
Exactly.
I have nieces and nephews.
Exactly, so do I. You know how much it hurts. I'm really glad we ain't getting your kid no Legos.
No, not till you're older.
Even then. Especially because you got another one. You got a little one. What if she decides she want to be curious and spill all of them? You ain't paying attention. Whap, you on your back. Got Lego prints and bricks just stuck all up in there.
You know, now they make soft Legos. I'd rather get my kids that.
Don't be raising them Lego punks.
Well, I ain't going to buy them the hard Legos and then accidentally step on them. Anywho, let's get back into this main event. I need a grade and a main event.
Great. I already gave you the grade. It was BB+.
Okay.
Great match. Again, did take that step. Anyway,
right, main event.
Main event, 6 men looking for the right to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. We had John Cena. Did get to sit in a pot. We had Damian Priest. We had Drew McIntyre. We had Seth freaking Rollins. We had Logan Paul. We had CM Punk. Starting off the match, I believe was Rollins McIntyre.
I thought it was Damian McIntyre.
No, he was in a pot.
Okay, then yeah, I believe it was Rollins.
I believe it was Rollins McIntyre, remember?
Yeah, because we were talking about the feud that had already happened with them.
Yeah, we were talking about how, like,
piece.
because even you were like, really? This is the route we're going?
Yeah, I mean,
I was okay with the fact that, because, like, who else would you have start the match?
honestly,
To like, get the match going right away.
Damien and Drew.
I feel like it wouldn't have been as strong to start, personally.
Or another one, as much as I hate him, you could have given Seth Logan, because the fact that they have had headbutts.
I wouldn't have minded that one either, but you know what I really wanted? I wanted Logan to draw number 6, be lucky number 6, last one in, and then everybody just dumped him.
That would have been great.
Like everybody, like, no eliminations, everybody jumps in. So I realized because remember how I pointed out he doodled? Can we just make, every wrestler has their shtick. Can we make that his, where he just doodles in the chamber pod? He never gets to start the chamber. He has to start in a pod, because watching his doodles, I finally figured out what he wrote.
Yeah.
He wrote Ovia. Apparently, that is the label that Drake is signed.
Oh.
Drake was in the crowd at Elimination Chamber,
Yep.
and was pretty much the only celebrity in the crowd that didn't get acknowledged by the company, by the way.
Of course.
That is hilarious to me. Anyway, that part being no longer relevant. So, we had them to start the match. Then came, I want to say it was Priest next.
Yes.
That was a nice little trio. And as they came out, then went Logan.
Yes.
And at this point, still no eliminations.
No.
They're all four going at it. It really still is the battle of Punk and, not Punk, Rollins and
Drew.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Number 5
Was Cena.
Was Cena? Okay, I can't remember if he was 5 or 6.
He was 5.
Punk was 6. So they come out. They're all going at it. Logan gets hit with an AA. Like, Cena gets in, he immediately is catching fire. Everybody. Shoulder tackle. AA, drop, whatever. Bulldog. He's doing Cena's doing Cena thing.
Yes.
Logan hits an AA. Drew then catches Cena with a Claymore just to be rolled up by Rollins. 1, 2, 3. First elimination. No, it was Priest. I'm sorry.
There we go.
You were looking at me like I better correct myself or I'm going to do it for you.
Drew was the next elimination, yes.
Drew was the first elimination. Drew got eliminated first. Because then we had Priest, Cena, Logan, Rollins for a while before Punk came in. And as we're going through, I believe Priest got eliminated next. Then Logan, which was good because anybody but Logan.
Yes.
And then it's Cena, Punk, Rollins. And Rollins is in control of this whole damn thing right now. What does he do? He is attacking Cena, throwing him into the cage, throws him through the pod. You know what? Had Cena dead to right off. If you pull him out the pod, you have enough room for a cover. Cena gets eliminated.
You did, but you didn't.
But what happened? He takes his eyes off that ball.
Of course he
His
did.
obsession. Everything that he and Priest accused Drew McIntyre of is everything that he is guilty of in this match. His obsession with Punk. Inevitably cost him a chance at Mania. Why? Because he wanted to focus so much on being the one to take out CM Punk, making sure CM Punk didn't make it to Mania. Sure, you would have made your job so much easier had you taken out Cena. You know, they had the show over Cena and Punk after Punk enters the match. have a quick show of respect, and then they go at it. Or they try to go at it, Rollins interrupts. They're going at it. Cena and Rollins go at it. Again, Rollins, prime position to eliminate Cena. Doesn't happen.
Nope.
Attacks Punk. Cena gives Cena time to recover. Cena then goes after Rollins. GTS, AA, 1, 2, 3. Rollins, you are no longer a part of this match. Congratulations. You're not going to Mania. You played yourself.
Yep.
Show of respect real quick between Cena and Punk. Which, by the way, if that feud were to happen just one more time at some point this year before Cena retires, please Lord, I wouldn't be mad about it. They delivered a phenomenal feud. So they're going at it back and forth. Cena's got him in the AA, or in the SCF. Transition into an Anaconda device. By the way, seamless transition.
Yes.
Loved that for both men.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment where Punk is in the ropes. What happens? Rollins comes through and already eliminated Seth Rollins, might I add. Still hadn't been removed from the cage. Hits Punk with the curb stomp. Cena then locks in the SCF. Punk passes out. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, WWE title at Mania 41.
I do want to say one thing before we get into anything after that. There was a move that did surprise me and you during the match that Punk and Cena hit, and that was the heart attack. And that was on Seth Rollins.
Homage to Canada's own Hart Dynasty, Brett and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I do love that they let them do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of respect. I hope they win and ask Natty if it was okay.
Probably, yeah.
Because granted, also, but them also being vets.
Yeah.
Being like the two truest vets in the locker room outside of Randy.
Yeah.
Because you have a list of vets there. I think the longest tenured, the longest vets, the biggest set of vets that you have are Randy, Cena, Punk, Truth, Mysterio,
and I think Miz. Miz is kind of up there.
Miz, I think, is the last.
He's
last
like the
one.
end of the line right now. Yeah.
But they've been in this industry for so long, and Sami Zayn, because they've been in this industry 20 plus years. They are the locker room leaders.
Yeah.
Those are the guys you go to. Again, loved that homage. But boom, what happens next? Cage comes up, Cena's celebrating, Cody Rhodes' music hits.
Yep.
He comes out, he has a moment with Cena. Cena's like, the crowd is hyped, I'm hyped, because we all know what's happening. Me and you for that title. They know it, I know it, you know it. We're all going to love it because they know it's going to be a battle.
Yep.
Now, what is the one thing we haven't gotten yet tonight?
That would have been, is Cody selling his soul to The Rock?
Rock's music hits. He comes out with Travis Scott. Still don't understand the purpose of Travis Scott.
I saw a meme right after it, and it was the three-headed dragon from
Oh yeah, and it's serious, goofy as hell.
And Travis Scott was the goofy one.
Mm-hmm. There was also the TikTok of the news story from SpongeBob of the Dirty Bubble, Man Ray, and then Barnacle Boy, which was a hero. Well, now it's Man, and it's Dirty Bubble was Michael Cole being the news anchor, which made it so much better. There have been so many. Bro was just there to be there.
Bro was giving us some sage, as Pat McAfee likes to say it. So
really happy we don't have a camera, but some sage.
Oh yeah. Oh, your Elimination Chamber grade before we get any further.
I gave it an A.
Okay.
The match was beautiful, beginning to end. Do I feel Cena needed it? No. But story, it made sense. He wants to win 17. He really needs to win 7. He wants to make one last bit of history before he hangs up the Jordans.
Yeah, before he's gone. So,
So, Cena, Rock, Cody, all in the ring. Travis Scott's out in the background. Cena's really kind of in the background right now. And he's like, so I need your answer. Cody tells him, I'm not going to do it. My soul's not even mine.
Yeah.
I gave my soul to this business and these fans a long time ago.
Yeah.
So he tells Rock politely to...
go after yourself. Because, again, family friendly. As family friendly as we can be. Yeah.
To GFY.
Yep.
Cena's reaction to that was priceless. He laughed. Oh, he told you. We're thinking this is the end of it. Yep. Cena, Cody, hug it out. Then you see the shift, the shift in emotion.
Wait, because before the camera panned to them, it panned to Rock first, and Rock did 2 fingers and slit his throat.
With that being said, because remember, when he first did it, there was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's only the 2, and then gave the motion of
slit the
end it, essentially.
And then we saw the shift.
And then they ran over, and Cena gives a nod. The shift, the eyes change, the facial expression changes. Me and you are looking at each other like, what? And he proceeds to attack Cody.
Mm-hmm.
And then The Rock gets to it. And then Travis wanted to get his little, 30 seconds of relevancy in this. Because he just wanted to be there. He just wanted to get his hands bloody, as The Rock said.
Yep.
So, Rock told him to make it count. But they proceed to attack him and beat him down. And they're beating him with the weight belt. And they're getting on top of him and punching him. Cena attacks him with the WWE title twice.
After 21 years.
It was 21 years, 3 months, and I want to say it's 16 days or something like that.
It was if I remember correctly, it was 7,753 days total.
Cena turns heel.
We have been asking for this.
For forever. He was on Chris Van Vliet, and they talked about the first rivalry with The Rock, where he had re-recorded a theme song with, instead of trumpets, it was saxophones, new gear, new attitude, everything was set, and they didn't pull that trigger.
Yeah.
They finally pulled the trigger.
Because at the time, he was too big.
He was too big. He wasn't going to do the Make-A-Wish anymore.
Yeah, no, it was going to... At that point, honestly, where Cena was and where Rock was, had they pulled the trigger,
not to do it.
Had they pulled the trigger, it would have killed Cena, and we would not be getting as big of a tour as we currently are.
Everything I'm seeing right now on social is somebody check on R-Truth. Somebody check on R-Truth.
Okay, if you did check on R-Truth, I can tell you this right now. I have checked on R-Truth. He thinks this is AI generated. He thinks somebody... There's a picture of Cena attacking Cody with the blood, and he thinks it's AI generated. And he said, "It's okay, everybody. It's AI generated." So we are good.
Somebody said that Cena sucked, and he's like, "Hey, let's not jump to conclusions." I remember seeing that. Mm-hmm. But his childhood hero
just turned heel.
Just turned bad guy.
Yeah.
And we better get some answers on Friday. Because, right now, the internet wrestling community, especially on TikTok, is ready to go to war. Everybody's there are so many skits of somebody trying to talk to Triple H and Adam Pearce. And there's so many skits of them wanting to spin the block for Cody right now. It is mad.
What did we say? Cody is the ultimate baby.
Oh, they made him the ultimate baby face by turning the ultimate baby face into a heel. We didn't get Homelander. We got Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not mad about it, but I want to know.
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
What's the 2? Yeah.
Who's the next one? Because it's The Rock. He always, much like Triple H said 10 years ago to Reigns and Ambrose and Rollins, there's always a plan B.
Yes.
Plan A was get Cody. Cody fell through. Rock had to pivot to plan B, which was Cena.
What if Cena was the plan all along?
Ho!
And that I take from a theory, because if you look at the poster for Elimination Chamber, who are the 3 on the poster? It is Rock, Cena, Cody. So we knew something was happening there. But what if Cody was never the plan? He knew Cody wasn't going to do it. Son of a plumber, you're not gonna take that chance.
How did I?
What if Cena was already?
Man, get away from me! Get away from me! Because how did I miss that? Me.
You were too into.
How
the
didn't
Cody
I think of this?
Because you were too into the Cody.
No, but
story.
you wanted me to.
So now we have the 2 that we have to find out, because if you remember how he came out and did the 3, it's Cena's 3.
Yeah.
That's where like it kind of clicked for me, was what if it was Cena all along? What if he wanted Cena all along and he had already made that deal with the devil? What if Cena already made that deal with the devil? The only other person right now that has technically made a deal with the devil,
CM Punk with Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to know what that favor. I was thinking that Punk might cash in that favor at Chamber.
What if the next deal with the devil is Punk? To get to, not this year, but to next year, get that main event. You sell your soul to the devil to get what you want.
We know.
Cena gets 17. Punk gets main event.
Punk, the only devil that Punk will ever lay in bed with is Paul Heyman.
But what if it's through Heyman to The Rock?
He will never.
That
is one devil
Here's the
that
thing.
he has made public, in and out of character. That he has made public knowledge he will never get in bed with.
Here's the thing. We never thought that they'd pull the trigger with Cena. Cena wanted 17 more than anything. What does Punk want more than anything?
Main event WrestleMania.
So why not pull that trigger through Heyman?
Punk won't do it.
You never know. You never thought Cena would.
I can see Punk being heel because he makes great heel work.
Yeah, he does.
But if there's one thing we all know about Punk, especially with the live mic that they gave him to start Raw tonight, The Rock is the one person on planet Earth he won't get his hands dirty with. He will not lay in bed with.
We will have to wait and see.
He has made that too public knowledge. Personally and professionally.
Hey, we will have to wait and see who number 2 is.
I don't.
And the 3rd. Because technically that's...
don't think... Rock is his 3rd. Rock himself is that 3rd man of the group. I also want to point out something about this. I love that. Something you shared in our group chat, actually.
Okay.
Hogan's comments. That was great. Love that you got booed, but you'll never be booed as much as me. Desario, I didn't see any trash. That's because first off, different time periods. That is Cena turning heel and siding with The Rock is this generation's equivalent to Hogan being revealed as a 3rd member of the NWO and turning heel finally. Secondly, the trash just wasn't going to happen, not in today's day and age.
No.
WWE wouldn't allow that. And we're not going to boo... Nobody's going to boo anybody as hard as they boo you, Mr. Hogan, because they know you are probably one of the biggest piece of crap human beings on planet Earth.
And is that not what I commented?
Yes.
We're not going to boo him because outside of his character, he's not a POS.
But
no,
I'm excited to see where this story goes, and I have a personal belief on who the 3rd is. I will be holding on to that information.
I would say let's hold on to that because our next big pay-per-view when it comes for WWE is Mania. And who do we have every Mania? We're picking Desario's brain.
Oh, yeah.
We're picking Desario's brain. Desario's been doing this a lot longer than we have.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
love to see where his brain goes with this.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. So, I'm very excited to see where this goes. I hate that we have to wait so long for Mania, even though it is, like, technically a month away, but at the same time,
47 nights.
it feels like so much longer.
47 days.
Hey, it feels like so much longer than what we actually have to wait timeline-wise.
I'm excited for all of this. But alright, with that being said, overall grade to the show was a B.
Okay.
And that will conclude our Elimination Chamber 2025 recap.
Yes, that does.
Have a good night.
When do we come back?
The 9th for AEW Revolution.
Alright, so we will see you guys back for that. We hope you all enjoyed it and enjoyed Raw post Elimination Chamber. And we hope that you all have a good night and a good weekend. Laters.
Later.